Alright guys, so if you can't tell by the screen, I'm going to be reading, but I'm not going to be reading Survive This Together, because that's taking me so long to update. So, I decided to read another story that I love reading. It's a Dead by Daylight one, and it's Killer X Raider, but it's all the different ones. So, and it's like a scenery, I don't know how you say it, but it's where they have a bunch of different characters on one page, and then as you go, it gives you a title to give you a hint of what's happening. So I'm going to read 2 every day, unless they randomly stop. Let's see. Actually, there are only 4 chapters so far. So, yeah. First one is Hillbilly, and then the second one is The Wrath, and then The Nurse, and then The Trapper. But I want to read The Wrath. The Wrath. How do you say it? The Wrath. The Wraith? Do you say Wraith or Wrath? Okay, I'm just gonna read Hillbilly. Alright. So, okay, Hillbilly. Location, Rotten Fields. Let's go. Also, I've only read these ones, so I may be really bad at reading. So, bear with me now. Alright. As you sneak past the tractor, you head to the generator beside it. You grasp the cables and start to fix it. In the middle of fixing it, you saw your friend creeping closer. You waved her over and fixed the generator together. You were almost finished when you heard a chainsaw of the chainsaw of the hillbilly. Your skin paled as you ran closer. The generator was fixed and we ran out of the ran, but the hillbilly caught up with you both. You ran as fast as your legs could carry you. You could hear the chainsaw getting closer. His footsteps thundering loudly. You could literally hear his heartbeat. You swerved to the side, and the hillbilly passed you, hitting the wall of the old house. Sorry, I got covered to read that part. You ran inside, up the stairs, and quickly hid inside one of the red closets. You heard him running up the stairs and then past the closet you hid in. You took this chance to get out and ran downstairs. You ran outside, and in an instant, you stepped on dry grass. You heard the instant you stepped on the dry grass, you heard the chainsaw. You ran into the cornfield towards the tree with dead cow bodies hanging on branches. I can't say the word, so I just said that. And then, nope. Wait, give me a second. And an opened up cow body tied to a tree trunk. Try to run faster to open up one of the doors. To add to your pressure, Hillbilly was following you there. You ran past the barn door. Immediately you pulled the lever, and you looked behind you. The hillbilly charged at you. Your breathing quickened as he got closer. Just before he passed the barn, Arrow jumped out of hiding. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I gotta pick a different name. Carly! Sorry, that's the first name I think of. Jumped out of hiding and jumped in front of him to buy you some time to open the door. The hillbilly tried to ignore her and get to you, but Carly didn't let him and started flashing him with her flashlight. He lifted a sharp hammer and hit Carly's shoulder, breaking it and bleeding. She screamed and whimpers in pain, but didn't budge. The hillbilly had enough and hit her again, but in the ribs. He looked down at her and grabbed her and takes her to a hook. By the time the hillbilly disappeared in the corner, the door opened. You couldn't leave your friend behind. You growled and ran after him. Give me a second. He took Carly to the nearest hook. He stood in front of it and hangs her. She screams, blood blood squirting out of her wound, and tried to get out. There was red and black smoke building up above her, the spikes slowly growing from under and behind her. You can see the more she struggles, the faster the smoke and spikes grew. You creep around the hillbilly and he walks away towards the door you opened. At least that's where you thought he was. You quickly jumped out over the window and made a grab for your friend, but too late. You heard her scream, and the next thing you knew, she was stabbed by the spikes and lifted into the skies. Up to the skies. Oh, no, Carly! Sorry, couldn't help it. Believe me, the first time I heard this, I got so mad. I was like, you killed our friend! How do you expect her to love you? Like, seriously, because that's what you do in this fanfiction. They fall in love, so I was like, how can you fall in love with him when he was mean and killed your best friend? Anyways, you felt tears in your eyes as you let out a whimper and ran to the exit. When you got there, you didn't expect the hillbilly to come out of hiding and stand in the middle of the exit. Your blue eyes widened when you saw him. You backed up from him. Sorry, I'm messing with the buttons of my flannel. You knew you could outrun him, and you knew you didn't have any time to find the hatchet. You could hear your heart pounding in your ears as you stood there. You both stared at each other for a while. The hillbilly tilted his head to the side, and slowly and creepily. Oh my gosh. He stared at you for a long time before slowly stepping to the side. Your eyes widened even more at what he was doing. He was letting you go. He stared at you as you slowly walked past him. You immediately ran out fearing that he was going to make a grab for you at the last moment. When you were safe distance, I grabbed. Sorry, my mom walked in. I'll be right back once she's done carrying in my clothes because she has laundry for me. I don't like doing laundry. Well, I don't do it, but still. Alright, let's see where I left off. Alright. When you were a safe distance, you turned and could still see him still standing in the entrance. He was looking at the ground for a while before running back in. He ran further away. What in the world just happened? Alright, and that is he/she spares you. Right? He/she saves you. Ooh. Oh my gosh, some creepy pictures. Alright, let's see. The hillbilly. Location unknown. I'm just having some fun. Let's see. You sat under a tree resting after running for miles. You took a deep breath and started walking again. You didn't know how long you've been walking, but it didn't even matter. At least you were far away from the fields. You looked up at the setting sun. It was getting late, so you looked for wood to start a fire. Night came and you sat in silence facing the flames that danced in the dark. You felt like you were being watched. You felt a shiver down your spine when the wind started. After a long while, you looked around to see who it was. You took a piece of wood from the fire and held it in front of you. The trees danced in the wind as the wind picked up in pace. Leaves flying and the clouds rapidly forming into a storm. In the dark, you saw a pair of green eyes reflect from the light. You heard a growl in the air. You couldn't confirm if it was a wolf or a coyote, but you didn't stay to find out. The creature barked and charged at you. Your skin paled and you ran for your life. You dodged many trees and jumped over roots, trying to escape. But the creature was gaining on you fast. In less than 5 seconds, the creature jumped on you and bit at your shoulder. You cried out in pain and tried to pry its mouth open, but it pushed it away, but couldn't. Dang, I dropped something. You could tell it was a wolf. You screamed as the wolf thrashed its head side to side. You looked up and you heard footsteps rapidly heading towards you. Couldn't see who it was, but then the wolf yelped and let go of your shoulder. You heard a loud whine of the dog, but you heard a snapping sound, and the wolf stopped whining. You cried and held your arm close. There were sparks flickering above you. Is that what it says? There was sparks. Yeah. So above you, making a torch. The person who saved you held the torch up and looked down at you. Her eyes widened in shock and fear to see who saved you. Wait, see the one who saved you. It was the hillbilly. He saved you. Why did he save you? The hillbilly looked down at you and crouched. His glowing eyes stared at yours. From up close, you could see him better. His face was dragged and it reached all along down his arm, with the big stitches on his face. So I looked down. His forearm had a big chunk ripped out, off, making his bone visible. He had a ripped, dirty shirt, black pants, and dirty belt. His shoulder blade was bleeding. The wolf must have bitten him. His breathing didn't smell rather normal, which was weird. You whimpered in fear and pain. Your arm was bleeding fast. You didn't have a bandage. Tears rolled down your face to the ground. You looked at your arm and your eyes widened when you saw a small chunk of flesh ripped off you, and you could see the bone. Your heartbeat quickens and you start panting. The hillbilly looks at your arm and groans, catching your attention. Stay here. Wait. Stay here. Okay. Not messing around anymore. Stay here. He said, his voice deep and raspy. I can't do a deep voice. I'm sorry. I tried. I really tried. Really, that was messing around. Back to the story. He stood up and limped away, leaving you in the middle of nowhere. How rude. Just kidding. Your eyes were getting heavy and you lost too much blood. You weakly pressed your hand to your wound to stop it from bleeding. You was in pain and grunted. You sat up and crawled over to the nearest tree and propped yourself up. Your head felt fuzzy. It had been almost an hour since he left. Soon it started raining, making it freezing cold. In the night, your teeth clattered. Sorry, give me a second. Alright. As you hunched over, you could see black spots on the edge of your sight. You blinked your eyes and tried to stay awake. A long while, the hillbilly came back all soaked, wet, but what he held was surprising. On his hand, instead of his chainsaw, he held a med kit. He held it out for you. You stared at it for a moment before hesitantly taking it. He let it go and watched as you opened it a bit. There were bandages, pills, gauze, tape, and surprisingly, a box of chocolate. Oh, chocolate! Sorry. You closed the box and looked at the hillbilly. Thank you. You stammered as you washed off the blood with the rain's help and bandaged it. For a moment there, it looked like he was smiling, but it was dark, so it might have been your imagination. The hillbilly stayed with you for the rest of the night. Oh, he's so sweet. So that's really a cool chapter. I'm getting distracted. I do that all the time, believe me. I read at random moments. I'll make a random comment or I continue reading. When it comes to reading for you guys, it's kind of hard not to. I try not to, but I always end up doing it. So I'm getting the hang of having a profile and publishing stories. And I notice if you publish it once, it shows up. Publish it twice, and it might actually end up publishing. Being completed, of course. Also, I'm starting a new story, Love or Hate. And it's an OC. Yes, OCX, which Winter Spirit Reader. can't help it. None of my readers can be human. None. Reader hand, don't put in a profile unless you don't want to be human. And you can never just be normal, non-human. You have to always be something awesome and powerful. And I think this is going to be kind of sweet. Well, sweet and sad, because, well, I'm not going to give anything away, but to me, I know it's going to be sad, because sitting here and reading it, well, sitting here knowing how the story's going to play out, and whatever else happens, like, I just know what happens. Like, I just know a bunch of what happens. But there's this one part where someone's gonna do something that's gonna be really sad, and like probably in the next chapter, even in the same chapter, whatever happens, something will happen to line up the mood. But you can't know that until then. And right now I'm looking at one of my stories that I'm writing. So, as you also know, as you all should probably already know, is that, let me click on my profile real quick. I'm writing one story where it's chaotic excavator. It's one there, and there's like, I'm just looking at my very first story, and I see I have 33 reads, and it's like awesome. Looking at, it's Strange Girl, Carl Grimes, X-Rater, discontinued. And it's like, oh wow, it's discontinued, and yet still a lot of people are reading it. It's like, yeah, you might want to read it because you're bored. And it's like, discontinued, probably not that long, so it's only 7 pages. Then we got Carl Grimes, X-Rater, discontinued, and it has no title. It's just really just that. It has one read by one reader, which I think is cool. And then we got Survive For Me, Chaotic X-Reader. And I was like, oh cool, one read, one reader. And since I'm still working on it, yay! So I would love if you guys went on Quotive and searched up Survive For Me, Chaotic X-Reader, which you could just go into the search bar and search that up. And here, I'm going to even show you guys. Yes, that's my thing. Give me a second. So that's it. Put that back down. And give me a second. I wonder how far they got into the story. Because I didn't get very far. Give me a second. Okay, none of that. How far did they get? Let me see real quick. Stats. I might have just accidentally clicked on it. I've had that happen before. Or they're just reading it. I don't know. Some people actually accidentally click on something, and I do that all the time. And I just love the new thing for my story, because my profile is now Isha's Snowstorm, which I just love, because look at this! I just grabbed my character and placed her in a snowstorm. Here we go. It's not actually, it's really just snowing. Then I love the background because it's like a night sky out in the woods. So that's the picture I use, but you can only see the night sky. But I don't care, because I love night skies and galaxy stuff, because the galaxy is awesome. So, just looking at all these. So, I have 10 stories, and if I'm not working on 2 of them, I believe. Yes, if I'm not working on 2 of them, then I still have 8 to go. And I'm just crazy because I'm starting stories left and right while leaving the other ones in the dust. Well, I'm just kidding, because I actually started to work on Sorry For Me again. And I'm planning on working on Won't Die. Because I want to work on old stories and then get to the newer stories, but I can't help it because, you know, with old stories, those are old ideas. But new stories, those are the new ideas, the fresher ones. But I don't want to give up on stories that much because I already have a few deleted ones. Like, if I click on show deleted, let's see how many I have deleted. Hello? Alright, let's see. I believe it will show me how many I've deleted so far. Please tell me it will. Give me a second. Show deleted. It doesn't show me the deleted. Alright. But I know I have probably around like 3. Yeah, around 3. No, 2, 3, 4, it doesn't matter. All I know is I have around that many. So, hopefully at some point you can come to my profile and read some of the stories I got. And of course, I don't want to discontinue yet another story. So I need you guys to read, or to try to read, as far as you can, and to survive for me. Of course, all you girls, because it's for girls. Survive for me, because I need you to read up until the last announcement, because that's where I'm doubting myself. And I want your opinions if I should either continue it or not. Now, this is all up to you guys, because I'm going to see, because I'm going to give it, like, a few days, because I'm going to give it, like, a week. And then, by the end of that, if I don't have any votes on whether I should stop making it, because I really want you guys to tell me what you think. If I should continue it or stop it. You can give me an opinion, like, you can say, Dakota, why don't you give it a new idea? Like, take away some people because you're adding too much people, because, believe me, I have added, like, so far there, okay, I have 3 YouTubers on it. Of course, my character is also a YouTuber. So are her 2 friends that are at it. I have 7 people, and I'm about to add a ghost. So, like, I was about to, but I will add one if I continue it. And that would be 7. But I don't care how many people. I just wanted, like, really, I wanted, like, 3 YouTubers, and then 3 of my characters. My characters. My characters. And at some point, I will have a little book up on my main characters. So hopefully you guys can get there. You can even ask for something, like, you can say, oh, Dakota, can you do this and this, like, this character? Like, give me a theme, what the male character's name is, or if you even want an OC character, an OC character, or even OC character, X reader, because believe me, some of my characters are couples, so I will give you, like, a little choice of them, and then you get to pick the ones you want. Like, I'll actually just put, like, okay, pick a number. Pick a number. Alright, this is the couple you do. This is the couple I'm doing. What's the theme? And of course you get it, because there is no actual backstory to how they, all you should know is that they're childhood friends and they ended up dating. But I could always change up that story easily by making a new story. But of course, it's never going to stay the real story of how they actually, any of them became couples. But I'm just giving you guys some information. I've probably said this before, but I don't care. I have to remind you guys every time. You can also go into the comments of this video and request one. And of course, so far there are quite a few couples. So I'd say if you want a couple story, go into the comments below and say a number between 1 and 10. And then give me a theme, like, oh wait, okay, so the male character kidnapped the female character, something like that. I'm already doing that in Love or Hate. So, yeah. Like, you can give me people, like people from movies, shows, anything, and you can tell me if you want it to be an OC or a reader thing. But I much rather do a reader thing, because I'm better at readers. Because I hate it when they name the people. I love stories where it's the reader, where you pick their name. And of course, there are stories where you pick the name, but you don't pick the looks. I don't care if you don't pick the looks. I just like having my own name. But, of course, I do love it when I get to pick my own looks, because sometimes they give you glasses. I don't like glasses. I might have worn glasses back then, but glasses just bug me. I don't mind if they're blind or mute. Deaf, I can't take it, but glasses, not. Anyways, so anyways, there's a knock on my door. I'll be right back. So we're gonna go on and on about. Wait, let me re-say that. I'm gonna go on and on about stories, but real quick. So just to end this up, well, sum this up. If you want any stories, go to Quotive, search up one of my stories, and I suggest Survive for me, because right now this thing, and then you can go into the comments, because I'm gonna be on this for quite a while. Go to the comments and comment down a number between 1 and 10, and then the theme. But of course, it's if you want an OC, XOC. But if you want someone XOC, because you have to pick the name, the main character. But of course, you're gonna pick, like, you can pick a name, or you can say, oh, someone from this anime, or someone from this show, or someone from this movie, and make them fall in love with an OC or a raider. And of course, if you want an OC, XOC, then you pick a number. But if you want, you know what I just explained, like someone XOC or someone X-Rooter, you just give me the name of the person you want or a certain show. And of course, I'm going to go to the younger characters. I never pick adults. But if you do want me to do an adult one, of course not adult themed, but like an adult like go to Walking Dead, pick Rick or someone else. That's also an adult. I don't mind. Really, I don't. So, then pick a theme. Any theme. Unless it's from a show, then I already know the theme. Unless I don't know the show, then I'm gonna just say, hey, I don't know the show. But I will try my best. Just because and I'll always ask, is that from a show, movie, or an anime? And answer me like, oh, it's from, let's see, you pick someone from a TV show. Sorry, Luna. Oh, it's someone from this show. I was like, and if I don't know the show, I'd be like, oh, I don't know that show, but I'm gonna go look it up real quick. Then, if I don't like the show very much, I'm gonna be like, no, sorry. Because I don't watch TV much, but I'm not very picky with my shows. But if I don't like the show, nuh-uh. Also, I do not do things with shows that are inappropriate. I will not do anything with inappropriate stuff. So, don't even try. So, that's pretty much summed up. So, remember, go to either my profile on Quotive, or you can go to the comments down below and ask for one of the stories. If you don't, but you just want to say hi, then of course I won't mind saying hi and talking to you guys. And, other stuff, I'll be just here editing. Well, more like, editing a story. So, see you guys then.